What a day of Test cricket we have had on day one of the third Test between India and England at Rajkot. We are here for the latest episode of Fours and Sixes. This is me, Gomesh. Hello and welcome to the show. India won the toss, opted to bat first on what has been a really good surface to bat on. Although it played a little tricks here and there, but largely it was a harmless surface. But they were in for a surprise. They were reduced for 33 for 3 with Mark Wood steaming in, breathing fire early on. You could say that there were quite a few soft dismissals with both Yashasvi Jaiswal as well as Shubman Gill getting out early, and then Rajat Patidar had a brain fade of sorts against Tom Hartley. But the hosts were 33 for 3 in the first hour on day one of a test match where the series scoreline reached 1-1. They were under a lot of pressure, and then in came Ravindra Jadeja joining hands with the captain Rohit Sharma, two of the senior players in this top seven, where they had two debutants in Sarfaraz Khan and Dhruv Jurel, and this experienced duo did what that was required for the team. They just hung in there and then kept picking up boundaries of the loose balls. They had their nervous moments, they had their scares, and they survived DRS calls. There was a drop catch for Rohit Sharma as well, and then he was hit in the grill by a sharp bouncer by Mark Wood. But they just hung in there and survived, and then made the most of the time in the second session. Rohit Sharma got to his 11th Test century and became the oldest Indian captain to score a Test century, surpassing Vijay Hazare. He also holds the record for the oldest century by an Indian captain in the other two formats as well. But it was a lot crucial than the other formats because he's not crossed 40 in the last four Test matches, and in this particular team, that's filled with youngsters and inexperience, the team needed the captain to step up, and he did, along with Jadeja, who has been playing all his life in this particular ground, the Niranjan Shah Stadium in Saurashtra. He he was just nudging here and there, picking up the singles and putting away the bad balls. Together, they added over 200 runs, and it was only after crossing the century, Rohit Sharma went after the bowling, and he eventually got out. But by that time, India were in a position of relative safety, and this is where the biggest moment of the day comes in. Sarfaraz Khan, the debutant who has been waiting for so long, who has been toiling hard in the Ranji Trophy, it's a very well known story. It's very well documented. All these hardships, the dream of his father, the hours and years he has put in to get where he is right now, a childhood prodigy who had to wait until he's 26 to get into the Indian team. He literally broke the doors of selection with piles of runs in Ranji Trophy and first class cricket. In came Sarfaraz Khan, a lot of anxious eyes rooting for him, waiting to do well among the cricketing fraternity, and he just took to Test cricket like fish to sea and took on the England spinners. He was welcomed with a uh, sharp spell from Mark Wood, but once he got over the early nervous period, he took on the spinners like he used to play spinners in domestic cricket and hit them for fun. He was swept them, slog swept them, jumped off the crease and hit them down the ground and raced to a 48 ball 50 on debut. The celebration after match said it all. His father and his wife were watching from the stands. It was an emotional moment for him. But it was an anticlimactic end to the innings when he was rushing for a run. Jadeja was on 99 at the other end. Jadeja called for a single. There was a miscommunication, and Sarfaraz was left standard, and he was out for 62. Had to take the long walk back, but Jadeja remained unbeaten. He got to his century, 110, still batting. Kuldeep is still there in the middle. There is one more debutant to come, and Dhruv Jurel. But India are 326 for 5 on day one. If you had told them that this would be the score at the start of the day, they probably would have took it. But the job is not done yet. They need a lot more on the board, at least another 150, 200 runs for this pitch at the moment looks a lot suited for batting, and England has a strong batting lineup. We have seen Hyderabad and Vizag as well. But today, England did all they could. They had different field sets, but India just hung in there. They showed patience, they showed composure. The even the Rohit Sharma innings, it was not his usual dominant kind. He showed the commitment, he showed the patience. It was an innings of necessity rather than it was an innings of the flair and dominance that one you usually associate with Rohit Sharma, and same goes for Jadeja as well. Uh, you before you knew he had like 40 odd runs on the board. He just hung in there and batted and batted and batted. He's still batting. He has three triple centuries in first class cricket, and this is a ground where he scored a lot of runs in domestic cricket. And India would want him to score a lot more tomorrow as well. Will he be able to? Will the other debutant, Dhruv Jurel, uh, how he fares in Test cricket, how he starts his Test career is something everybody is waiting to see. But at the moment, it's even Stevens on day one of the third Test at Rajkot. India 326 for 5. Mark Wood is still steaming in. England spinners did not make that much of an impact. Both Jadeja and Rohit played them cautiously, and then Sarfaraz took them on with utter ease, but the pitch might crack as the match goes by. And there's the second ball due as well, which is expected to be taken on day two of the morning, where there is still some moisture in the air and on the surface. The first hour, once again, will be crucial. India lost 3 wickets in the first hour of day one. How they fare in the first hour on Friday will determine the direction in which this test match goes. But until then, we'll be here. We'll be giving you all the updates on day two as well. But for now, this this series is building up to be a engrossing contest. This match, both the teams are going toe to toe against each other, and we will bring you all the live action from Rajkot and the rest of the series as well. But for now, this is Gomesh signing off. Thank you for watching.